Charlotte's got a lot calls Pineville a hub for history and family-friendly fun. Is it? Stick around, we're gonna find out. Good day, I'm Dave DeSilva, veteran owner of Long Tab Realty, brokered by eXp Realty. I'm a 20-year veteran, full-time, of the real estate market here in Charlotte, and have lived in Charlotte just over 22 years. As a matter of fact, I live 3.6 miles from downtown Pineville, which is going to be the subject of today's video. Stick around with us. In this short video, we're going to tell you why we agree with charlottesgotalot.com when they do call Pineville a hub for history and family-friendly fun. You'll find Pineville just a few miles southwest of the city of Charlotte and just northeast of the North Carolina-South Carolina border. It's about 7 square miles and the population hovers around 9,000 people right now. The main road intersecting or bisecting Pineville is Route 51 that comes all the way from Mint Hill, Matthews through South Charlotte and then passes through Pineville all the way into South Carolina. So get a compass out, figure out all these northeast, southwest things. In the early to mid 1800s, Pineville, which was similar to Matthews, and we discussed Matthews last week, initially was founded as a trading stop for some of the local Indian tribes, and the settlers became a stagecoach stop and then eventually became a railroad stop. In Pineville, it was the railroad stop for the Columbia-Charlotte Railroad. Unlike Matthews, which got its name from a railroad executive, Pineville got its name from the massive and numerous pines all over the area, which you can still see today. Pineville, prior to being incorporated in 1873, was probably most famously known as the birthplace for James K. Polk, who was the 11th president of the United States. He does have a historic site here, and we'll talk about that later on. Over the last 60 to 80 years, the area, and specifically Pineville, has grown slowly but steadily and has become just one of the sweet little suburbs of Charlotte. Pineville, as you might be able to tell from what's behind me, is part of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg school system. The middle school is Quail Hollow, which is off to the north side or east side of South Mecklenburg High School here along Park Road. The elementary school is Pineville Elementary, and the high school is South Mecklenburg, the home of the Sabres, and one of the biggest high schools in North Carolina year in and year out. My son graduated from there in 2017, so if you have any questions about South Meck, don't hesitate to give me a call. Oh my gosh, I got a little bit of shade. Driving through and around Pineville, you're gonna see a lot of retail, service, and restaurant businesses. Most of them are located within about a half-a-mile radius of downtown Pineville. As you ride through downtown, you're gonna see the Pineville Rug Galleria, Slice's Barbershop, Kit's Tap Room, and Margot's Restaurant. And then on the other side of Route 51, which goes right through the middle of Pineville, you're gonna run into a great little place called Unwind Tea and Coffee, who now serves beer, Pintville, which is a cute little another tap room, and one of 3 or 4 salons which are in town Pineville. Just before entering town from the west side is what's going up right now, the new library and police department, and I think some of the other buildings as far as the city government goes. Great looking facility coming up. One of the great community assets is Belle Johnston Community Center and also Lake Park. All year long at these facilities, you're going to find things going on that has the community involved. You've got summer concerts, you've got the splash pad for younger kids, you've got dogs walking around, you've actually got a great Canine Commons dog park. I'll show you a couple pictures of that. And just lots of people, lots of all the time around that park area. Now, if you want to see a piece of history, I talked about James K. Polk earlier. Go south on South Polk Road a little bit, and then on your left, just before a restaurant I'll talk to you about later on, is the James K. Polk Homestead. The James K. Polk Homestead has got a lot of claim to fame. Number 1 for being the home of the president, or the past president. Number 2, and especially near and dear to me, it's the termination point currently of the Greenway that runs through South Charlotte and Mecklenburg County. Now I do see where it's going to be added, another 2.5 miles going to be added onto the Greenway just past and through Pineville. Another 2.5 miles, like I said, to the South Carolina border, and that should be coming up in the next, I think, couple of years. It's already under construction. Heading back out and heading further south on South Polk Street, a lot of Souths in there, you're gonna kind of turn into Dorman Street, Dorman Road. And Dorman Road, about a mile and a half down past James K. Polk Place, you'll find OrthoCarolina, which is a massive soccer complex. Charlotte Soccer Academy, which has merged with Charlotte United Football Club a number of years ago and taken a bunch of other clubs under their wings, has a great facility there. They play club, rec, and high school at an incredibly high level in Charlotte, and specifically down at this location. Next, we're going to jump on the shopping scene a little bit. Even though you're in the Charlotte suburbs, you don't really need to travel too far outside Pineville to find shopping. Just across the Pineville border on the northeast side is Carolina Place Mall with several anchor stores. It's on the eastern edge of Pineville border, like I said, and adjacent to the mall, you're going to find several fast food and sit-down style restaurants and a whole bunch of hotels. Pineville offers a very walkable environment. One of my favorite places to take advantage of that is what we call Little Sugar Creek Greenway, and that's the greenway that actually terminates into the James K. Polk homestead. There's several miles of paved trail that weaves all the way from Polk Homestead along the creek north into South Charlotte and just west of the South Park area. Just a little bit north of Pineville, you'll find the southernmost connection of the Charlotte commuter or rail system called the LYNX. It'll take you all the way up through town, make a number of stops on the way uptown, and then out of town up to the university area in northeast Charlotte. The LYNX is clean, safe, and a quick, easy ride. I rode it the other day when I went up from my house in South Charlotte, drove over to Pineville, took the LYNX up to Stonewall Station, which let me out, and my son and I went to the soccer game at Bank of America Stadium, which was a nice 4-1 win over Nashville. Sorry if you're from Nashville. As you head back on the LYNX, either from Charlotte or from uptown or from a game, one place you really need to stop in is Middle James Brewery on Polk. I'm sorry, it's down on South Boulevard, just before you get to the Polk intersection that brings you downtown. Great, friendly location. They brew their own beer there. They have great food. I just had a happy hour there for some of my agents that I work with and some of my vendors, and I just can't speak more highly about Middle James Brewery. Sun's back out. Okay, before we talk about specific neighborhoods and the numbers in Pineville, just want to remind you that if you like this sort of video where we're talking about the Charlotte market, the entire Charlotte region, we're going to talk about suburbs, which we're doing now, neighborhoods, sports, schools, medicine, doctors, religion, anything you can think of. If you like that, please press the like button, subscribe to this channel, leave comments, let me know what else you'd like to hear, and give me some feedback. Okay, just jump back in my Jeep to head over to, we're going to go over to McCullough and also Preston Park, two nice neighborhoods in Pineville, and we will start talking numbers for Pineville. You know, Pineville has seen steady but slow but steady growth over the past few decades, and right now you're going to find, I believe it's 19 homes currently on the market, ranging from $299,900 to $650,000. In the past 90 days, we've seen 62 homes sold for an average of $435,000, which that's a pretty good number for the market we're seeing right now. Those are all single family homes, and there's also condo communities as well in Pineville. Two of the larger and more active communities that we're going to see, and these are primarily single family residential. Like I said before, John Whelan's McCullough and Preston Park by Meritage Homes. McCullough, which is just west of town along Route 51, is actually split between North Carolina and South Carolina. It started building about 2009 and still has some activity, some construction activity. McCullough homes range from 2,300 to 3,000 square feet, give or take, and are priced from $515,000 to $750,000. Preston overall is a newer neighborhood, or I should say Preston Park, sorry about that. It's an overall newer neighborhood with phases still in primary construction phase. Right now, you're going to find 6 homes in Preston Park for sale from $418,000 to $449,000. And like I said, both communities have nice amenities set up with pool, rec areas. They're very walkable communities, and Preston is located just north of Pineville and is probably considered easily walking distance to downtown Pineville. As you probably know, the housing market in Charlotte and around the region changes so often. For updated information, feel free to contact me. I'd love to help you out. Like I've said before, please like this channel, subscribe, and leave comments. Let us know what we can do better. As we introduce you to Charlotte, every Wednesday a video is going to get released, and we just want to make sure we're answering your questions. So have a great day, and hopefully we get a little bit more shade.